Good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's Friday. It is not an easy talk. I do not have any guests, but I'm quite happy. I'm quite content in my own skin in what we're about to do. What are we about to do? Well, we're going to talk about the main protagonists. Yeah, goodness. Carl Havertz, maybe a bit of Declan Rice, maybe Thomas Partey. Yurin Timber was a bit of a fly there. Yurin Timber, that's right, Yurin. I asked my good friend James Rowe about his opinion about this player. I'm not going to go in any greater depth about that player, but these are the three news segments and maybe a little bit of change on this Friday show. Not an easy talk. But without further ado, we're going to get into this one on the other side of this music intro. Yes, indeed. Welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Quick disclaimer, I want to get into this one and knock it out the park. We are streaming simultaneously on Gunnar Matters channel for at least one more week, and then we're going to say bye-bye into the distance. So if you won't mind kindly going over to subscribe to his channel, if you're watching me on there, and on Cannon Fodder TV, just click the like button. That is all you have to do, please. Also, I'd like you to come to the live chat. Let me know your thoughts about Urin Timber, yeah, the Ajax player. I'll get into in a few ticks. Declan Rice, there's probably going to be another bid, a third and final bid. I'm not sure why, because I want to give you my opinion. We might even talk about Thomas Partey. Where is he going? Is he staying? Is he going? Is he staying? We're not sure. We're not sure. All I'm saying is the money is quite a lot where he might end up. All righty, people. All right. So let's get into the first news segment of the day. So I think what I'll do, let me put up this breaking news imagery up whilst one reads this news segment. So Arsenal tasked of signing the midfielder, Declan Rice it is, has grown significantly more difficult over the past week. As we know, reigning Premier League champions and treble winners Man City are also now interested and expected to lodge their own offer for the signature. However, Crystal Palace owner Simon Jordan believes that City could elbow themselves to the front of the queue should they propose a swap deal involving former Leeds star Calvin Phillips. Now, speaking on a particular radio station, Simon Jordan said, I do think Declan Rice will be sold. Do I think Declan Rice will be sold to Arsenal? I don't know. It depends who else comes in. There is a make-weight opportunity in this deal. What Calvin Phillips says and what Pep Guardiola tells him might be two different things. If he says he wants to stay at Man City, and Guardiola says that is very commendable, son, by you ain't playing, then his attitude will have to change. There are a variety of ways the deal can be done. And if there's a situation where West Ham are prepared to let Declan Rice go in exchange for something, then so be it. And it appears that Calvin Phillips might just be the make weight. Do you know what? I as much as I don't really like Simon Jordan, I think he's probably right. I don't think it's got anything to do with Declan Rice wanting to stay in London. It's got nothing to do with that. He wants to know where are the best opportunities for him to win major honors, major trophies. Yeah, you remember that debate I had about you look at Arsenal as an entity, what they've done over the last 5 to 6 years. You look at Man City, what they've done over the last 5 to 6 years. I don't want to hear about the football fair play rules. I'm not interested in that. But you look at those two entities over the last 5 to 6 years, where would you want to end up winning major trophies? It is Man City, not Arsenal. And I've been supporting Arsenal for a long time. Have you known that? Just a few years short of 50 years, half a century. And that's for me. Given a choice, I would go to Man City. Declan Rice, again, I don't care about this London connection. He wants to go where he believes he's going to have the best chance of winning major trophies. Well, he said that. I want to play now in the Champions League. Man City have just won the Champions League, haven't they? Treble winners. So you pays your money, you takes your pick. Declan Rice will not, I repeat, he will not be going to Arsenal. That might upset some of you, but that's just the way it is. I said it like 2 weeks ago. But Simon Jordan saying that, well, West Ham might be interested in some money plus a player. It kind of even cements that opportunity there even more so. Well, you say you want to go to Arsenal, but we think you're better off going to Man City. They're going to give us a player. They're going to give us a player. In what position? In the midfield. So you pays your money, you takes your pick. All right. The second news segment is I'm going to put this up again. Yeah. Some breaking news over here. So the war chest is roughly £180 million. Also have more than £180 million to spend this summer and are determined to get major reinforcements, but the figure could even go higher if they sell players. They could cash in on Thomas Partey. By Leverkusen have agreed a deal to sign Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's not going anywhere. And the likes of Rob Holding and Kieran Tierney could go. Arsenal also want Ajax versatile defender Timber, but Rice has always been their number one target. City are now weighing up a bid after losing Ilkay Gundogan to Barcelona on a free transfer. That could be attractive to West Ham, who want bidding war with Arsenal. But Arsenal have put in a lot of groundwork on Rice. Listen, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That news segment is just telling me that we have £180 million as a minimum ballpark figure. £180 million. So if you're going in for a particular player where, I don't know, the figure could rise to above £100 million, that's more than half of your budget gone, isn't it? More than half of your budget gone. But I'm looking at maybe £250 million with players which eventually will get sold. So you're looking at your Nico Pepe's. I know you have said about Rob Holding, maybe Tavares, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Who else? There's quite a few of them who will probably end up. And there's some news segment about Eddie Nketiah who feels a little bit uncomfortable about Kai Havertz at Arsenal. Got to fight for your spot, man. Got to fight for your spot. Now, the last news segment is in regards to Jurgen Timber. Yeah. Also make a ballpark figure bid of £30 million for highly rated Ajax and Netherlands defender Jurgen Timber. Now, I did speak to James Rowe this afternoon. We exchanged our voice messages. And I said, James. He said, what? I said, James, I need to get your opinion about Jurgen Timber. I don't really want to go in hard until I've spoken to you. I don't even want to contemplate doing a video just yet before I've done my homework. So he has told me his thoughts about Jurgen Timber, but I need to edit and do the video before I can come out this week and talk about Jurgen Timber. What I will say is that James has given his opinion. That's all I can say. You have to wait and see. The video will probably come out next week. By next week, we still won't have signed another player. I'm telling you now. But anyhow, these have been all the new segments coming and running on this not easy talk show. It is not an easy talk show. And I tell you what, next week, Friday, the easy talk is not coming back. I'm going to give myself the longest break for the easy talk. I mean, I might ask one or two guests to come on the show next week. But in regards to the easy talk, it won't be coming back for a while. I'm giving myself a well-deserved break. It takes a lot of work, man. A lot of work to get people together and agreeing to come on to Canal 40 TV. And anyhow, I'm not complaining. Because I do love doing these talks. It's just that I'm managing myself, much like Thomas Partey should manage himself. I can't do all these talks, and Thomas Partey can't play all the games in the Premier League. Do you like that? Anyway. So I need to go into the Twitter sphere and see if anyone has commented that we are live. Let's see. Well, Jonathan has retweeted that we are live. Yeah, this will happen. Man City will sign Declan Rice, not Arsenal. Arsenal transfer news. Tweet, and tweet some more. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about any. What was it? We haven't even done the latest poll. No, there's not been any polls yet. No. Again, I'll probably leave it until the weekend. Leave it until the weekend. Yeah. No poll questions. All right. So let me go now for the first time into the live chat and see who has joined us. Now Simon Early Doors says, oops, what does Simon say? Simon says, that game, Simon says, let's wait. Let's see how that one goes. Let's wait. Good evening, Alex. Good evening to you, Mario. Mario, you know, Tom, which part of the world are you typing from? Which part of the world are you typing the keyboards, or maybe your phone or your mobile device? But I hope you're keeping well, Mario. Stay safe and say hello, everyone. Hey. Say hello, everyone, to your family and friends from Canon 40 TV. What's going on? No bids from City or Arsenal. Well, it's imminent. I think next week you're going to hear a third and final bid from Arsenal. And all the while, as a Cheshire cat, Man City are just waiting in the corner there to put in their one and only bid to get the player. I can see it. That's how it's going to be played out. All the while, Arsenal doing the groundwork. Yeah, £20 million short of the asking price. Yeah, then £10 million short. And then now they're paying over the odds for this particular player, only for Man City to come in and say, all right, there we go, guys. That's the bid to get this particular player, Declan Rice. He's not coming to Arsenal. All right. I be local bad Jack Gazer. What's happening? I hope you're keeping all right. He says, big up, bro, and big up to you as well, bro. Big up to you. Good up. Rice has a medical on Monday. But for who? For who? Evening, says the First Lady of Canon 4 TV. Not sure for how long, though. Rice, baby. I can't believe no bid today. Believe it, man. Believe it. He's not coming to Arsenal. Dex is not coming, and the aim of sports is to win and buy the best, to be honest. Under the Cronkies, we buy Drew. These are reasons why we can't sell Drews, because we employ Drews and Cronkies out. We have become. I'll give you the comment so far in the live chat because I agree with almost everything you say there. Almost everything. I've been an Arsenal supporter since 1917. Oh, you beat me by 6 years. 76. 76/77. I was 10 when I went to Highbury, and Arsenal have let us down on so many times over the years. And you know what, Mario? It is like, we probably can agree on this. I have seen some really good times at Arsenal, being an Arsenal supporter over the course of almost 50 years. But I've seen some dreadful times. But I'll say of late, the last 20 years, again, you could probably say a Mesut Ozil signing, Alexis Sanchez signing, Cazorla signing, Ramsey. It was the middle and latter part of his career. Those are just a name, but a few of signings. And then we fast forward to the present day. The last 2-3 years, maybe 5 years, the signings for me have not gotten the juices flowing at all. And there's a particular reason for that. There's a particular reason. What's the reason? We don't have the people in key areas to get the job done expediently, which means in good time. Now, good time might mean to some people, a month. We're talking about the transfer window here. We're competing with all the other clubs. And remember, you might say, oh, but Arsenal are going to improve. Yeah. Yeah, and Man City are definitely going to improve. Sorry. Sorry about that. Man City are definitely going to improve. Newcastle have got more money in their pockets than Man City. They will definitely improve. Liverpool, you think about the injuries they had last season, are going to improve. Man United are going to improve. Chelsea, if they can sort themselves out, they will improve. So we're talking about 5 teams. 5 teams that will eventually improve next season. So we're competing. We're competing with those clubs there. And we're still not yet anywhere near to what we should be doing. I think Simon Jordan or the guys on ESPN said the same thing. The Kai Havertz deal, that signing there, makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all. You know, it's not like he's coming to Arsenal with a blazing set of stats. So he's played over 100 games and he scored 30 goals. Is it 30 goals? 47. No, it's I think it's nearer to 130 games. 130 games and 30 goals, which is not a great return. Not a great return. You know, so and then where is he going to play? Is he a number 9? Is he a number 8? Is he a number 10? Whose position is he? It makes no sense at all. Not blazing signings at all, at all, at all over the last 3 to 5 years. Anyway, it's not. This is not a rant. We'll get someone and calm down. Who do you think we're going to get, Ange? Who are we going to get? Timber, get good vibes about him. I'm going to take my time to do the video. I'll take my time to do a quality video in regards to you and Timber. Again, who better person who's best placed to talk about a player who plays in Holland, in Amsterdam, James Rowe. So he's given my opinion. I will edit the video, putting his opinion in there as well as mine. But I'm not emboldened from what James has told me. I'm not emboldened. DWTT is in the live chat. Whoops, what's going on? Big up DWTT, the voice of reason. Thanks, James. On Timber, as another podcast said earlier, something completely different that we are all being hearing. And fingers crossed we will get him over the line and Havertz will be an Arsenal player. Yeah, well, I tell you what, don't speak too soon because again, what James has told me about you and Timber and Arsenal and the figures, you might be surprised to hear what James Rowe had to say. Alex, I live in Islington and Angel. All right, okay. So did I. I used to live there on the crossroads of Essex Road and Newnoff Road. Used to live in Bentham Court. Bentham Court. Yeah. And those were the days, man. When summers were summers, man. When summers were summers. When it was hot, man. And you were allowed out to play. You know, your parents, my dad didn't really care less. It was more my mom. Where are they? You stay and play where I can see you. In the middle of the estate, big piece of grass. We didn't always stay there, mind you. But yeah, that's where we used to live as well. Islington, yeah. Those were the days, man. Evening, Gooners and Goonerettes. And Ashley's in the house. She says, hey up, Gooners. Have we sold you? I'm saying nothing. Would I sell Jesus? Yes, I would. Who said that? Who said that? People are going to be upset. On Monday, as he has been allocated the 29 number. Big up IB's local badger. I still am a first aid, can't afford TV unless I've been sacked. I didn't say that. Just a word with Uncle Ben and vanilla rice ain't coming. Just the prawn crackers. Love prawn crackers, man. Rice, baby. Dum. Big up Mario, Charlie George, legend. Yeah. Bless you, brother. Yeah, those were the days, man. If I could turn back the clock, not that I would change anything, but if I could have gone back in that time there, well, we used to be running around the estate with my brother, my sisters, got 3 sisters, and all the things that the mischievous things you used to do, knock down danger, run outs, tin can alley, cannon. Who remembers the game Cannon? Who remembers that game Cannon? Not Cannon for the back, Cannon. You guys don't remember that, do you? You don't remember Cannon? Anyhow, the guy habits the can't sell it. Oh dear, what a fiasco! What a fiasco! Absolute fiasco, isn't it? Hello, DWTD. Hello. Hope you're keeping well. Go to France, plenty of quality players there. Speaking to the wrong director of football there. Probably knows nothing about France. Apart from Paddy. I know exactly where you live. I know it very well. Yeah, that road there. You know what? When you're younger, man, and you know this, there's certain roads you don't go beyond because your world didn't extend beyond those roads there. But the older we got, we used to go to Canonbury, towards the Angel, Newnough Road down to the Sports Centre. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it Jubilee Sports Centre? So all those places slowly went up, further out and out and out and out. Yeah, those were the days, man. Alex, behave yourself. I'm just reminiscing. There's a little tear coming down my eye, man. Anyway, Patrick Visa's birthday today. I'll play him now. Mario Luca, my nan live in Packington Street. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, Britannia. That's it. The Britannia Leisure Centre. There you go. Britannia Leisure Centre. Yeah, I remember going there with a girlfriend of mine when I was at college. The only girl that broke my heart, man. She broke my heart. And that was when my nephew was about to be born, and we had to run back and say, "Oh, my sister, she had a baby." But I remember we went to some kind of, was it some kind of concert? Their open air concert. That's it, Britannia Leisure Centre. And behind the leisure centre, or the back of the field, there used to be like a youth club that we used to go to. Oh, we did so many things, man. So many things. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, Kai is a disastrous by Arteta who has no integrity, has 2 initial targets, which he was eyeing available. Dusan Vlahovic, who bagged 20 plus goals, is only available for £15 million, and Milovic Savic is only £30 million. Hi, but it sounds like you could be a scout, man. I'll pay you the money to go out and scout for us. Big up, John. Big up. Good times, man. They were wonderful times, man. Dearie. And I tell you what, I said like we did the mischievous things. So if you know the estate I'm talking about, which runs again on the corner of Essex Road and Newnough Road, on the shops, yeah, on Essex Road. If you look at the corner, there's a post office which is still there after all this time. We left there 1981, 82. And there used to, John, there was a pub. I can't remember the name of the pub, which was long since gone. So one time, remember our friends saying, there's a van parked outside the pub. What do you mean there's a van? Now, someone probably abandoned or raided the van, and the van had, I can't remember what they're called, but when you used to blow them, they used to make the sound like, So we went to see what was going on. At that time, you could go to the back of the estate and walk through, and the post office was on the left-hand side in the corner. You could see the pub, and there was the van with some of our mates just going in and ransacking the van. Yeah, some of us went in there and took some of those. I can't remember what they're called. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Oh, dearie me. We need to get back to the football, innit? Those were the days. So true, bro. Happy days, man. Those were when summers were summers, man. Yeah, good times. They were the good times. Doesn't sound like a podcast talking about Arsenal, does it? Mario, I want to live at that era again. Yeah, man. Yeah. Islington was a bad area in the mid-70s and 80s. I think it probably is still now. Going up to which used to be the Marquis Estate. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the Marquis Estates. I remember going to see a mate of mine parking my Fiat Uno, which had it was my mistake. My mistake. I had a system in my car. It wasn't in his house for more than maybe 15, 20 minutes. When I came out, they took the speakers and they took my hi-fi. I was fuming. So the Marquis Estates, yeah, 70s and 80s, was it really that bad? To be honest, Emerson, I've only got but happy memories about living in Islington in the 70s and 80s. No bad memories for me. They were all good, happy memories. I don't know, man. I don't know. Alex, I love them days. Yeah, man. Those were the days. You know, I need to get back to the football, innit? I'm gonna get back to the football. You see what I mean now? You see what I mean? There's no point in getting upset, getting yourself all worked up about the transfer season. It was, has been, and will always be the silly season. That's the way it's going to be, unless we see a change of ownership, a change of the board, a change of the board of directors. And Edu, I'm sorry, Richard Garlick. I would like to see someone say, right, here's the money. We've got to have a blueprint somewhere near Man City. Somewhere near Man City, because Man City is Man City. Man City and Arsenal are Arsenal. But got to be ruthless. I want to see your 3 to 5 year plan. All right. So Arteta's been in the job for 3 years. Some of you are probably fed up of those 3 years. I'm just saying. All right. But again, if you see the period, because they as an owner, I'd want to see the sample. 1 year is not enough of a sample to see what they're able to do with my money. So I'd say 3 to 5 years. What have you achieved? I've set these parameters for you. I want to see these kind of players at Arsenal. I want to see a change in mentality and the way that we go about business. You have them. You've had the money. I've given you maybe minimum £500 million as an example. What have you done over the course of 5 years? And if you're not able to demonstrate that you've met my criteria, you know what? You are out. You are out of the door, because we're not here. You know, it's not charity work. It's not charity, because Arsenal, as we know, Arsenal and football is big business. It's big business. And in order for us to compete and get the major honors, we have to break the bank. We have to be ruthless. We have to change our mentality, for starters. So if you're not able to meet or demonstrate that you've met my criteria, you are gone. Had to start from the top. Has to start from the top, which is why I've always said, no matter those demonstrations are now over 2 seasons ago, I still want KSE out. I want them gone. Show them the door. Buy them out. You know, have a word with their mother or do something. But you know what? I want them gone. But the point I'm trying to make is, don't get so worked up about it, because Arsenal are going to do whatever Arsenal want to do. No matter what we say. But we must always have, oh, we must always have our opinion. Gotta have our opinion. Yeah, that's what makes fans fans. We've got to have our opinion. Don't let anyone shut you down with your opinion. As long as, again, you're not inciting racism or violence or any discrimination, you are allowed to have your opinion because your opinion matters. All right. So we still have to have, although KSC have 100% holdings now of Arsenal, there's no longer AGMs, and I understand that because they have the holdings now of the building of the club, and we let that happen. We let that happen. But don't get so worked up, so much so that your health, is damaged. Don't let it get to that point. Anyway, but I still want the Cronkies out. I want them gone. Chapel Street. I love. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? My brother used to go there. I can't say every day because we used to do paper rounds all around, Canonbury, all the way up, near Holloway, all those areas. So that was our manor, Canonbury, Islington. But my brother used to spend his his pocket money in that comic shop. Oh my goodness! I remember I used to live next to Vicky Park, Islington. Was my stomping ground. Happy days, man. Happy freaking days. Ah, goodness. Yeah, the good old days, man. Marcus, yeah, De Beauvoir, Packington, Rough Estates, great people, red and white all over. Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. And that's what you know. What, John? And for me, in the 70s, when I say for me, I can honestly say 70s and 80s living in Islington was the best time of my life, man. Again, I didn't have to think about paying the bills. I had to think about paying the rent, going to work because I was, going to primary school, then secondary school, and then of course going to college. Best day of my life. But for me, the 70s, will, for me, will have that lasting memory of summertime, seeing the red and white bunting, thinking, oh, it's Arsenal again to the FA Cup. Oh, it's Arsenal again, 3 times. 3 times to the FA Cup final, wasn't it? In the 70s. So that memory will always stay there with me, man. Ah, my goodness. Do Arsenal fans even live in N1 now? Yeah. But I don't live in N1 either, do I? I don't live in N1. Football is turning into a stock exchange. That's how I see it. Have you heard of that saying, show me the money? Show me the money. That's what I Arsenal need to do. Show us the money, but also show us the results. You spent the money, give me the money. Let's see the results now. Money or Arsenal fans have dropped their standards. We accept mediocre. I said that yesterday, didn't I? You are so right. I agree. Thank you for that. Ivy's a local badger. With KFC, it's business first before football with Arsenal. But Boise, good evening to you, fella. But I understand it. I completely understand their business sense, the acumen, because they're in it only for the money. Why should they care about what happens at N1, the Emirates? Why should they care? They're only in it for the money. And that's why I say Usmanov, at least he was an Arsenal fan. He would have been there for all the games. He would have given us the money. But he would have had strings, tied to the money. I'm giving this money, but I want to see something in return. But I completely get it with KSC. They're only in it for the money. If Arsenal were not a money generating entity, there's no way that KSC would have lasted this long. They're only in it for the money. So I get it. Oh, what have I done? Okay, here we go. Cup final day in red and white was everywhere, man. I only wish, I know my brother was into photography back in the 70s, and he's taken some really good shots. But if only he'd taken shots of, of at least where we were living, looking across the balconies onto Union Road and seeing the bunting, and oh my goodness, man. Oh, it's Essex Road. Anyway, yeah. Unless someone creates a time machine, we go back and I grow my hair back. That's not going to happen. Families, relatives, brother-in-laws are all in one area, John. Ah, okay, good, man. Good, good. Not all of Islington has changed completely on Chapel Market. Chapel Market, what have they done to Chapel Market, Emerson? I tell you, I remember when we were living, having to walk. We're going to church every Sunday. Where was our church? In the Cali. That's where we had to walk from. Yeah. So from Essex Road to the Cali. Blessed Sacrament, our church. And again, when summers were summers, it was blazing hot. So after church, we used to walk up. What's the name of that road? I forgot the name of the road now. Copenhagen Street, and then walk up through back streets and get to the top end of Chapel Market. And those days on a Sunday used to be teeming with people, all the market stall holders. And I remember one particular woman selling 1 penny bags, plastic bags, no, probably plastic bags anyway. And I can't remember what she used to say, but those images there, man, having to walk from Bentham Courts. What I can't remember. What was the route? I think we used to walk up towards as if we're walking up to Hyber Corner, but we used to go off. I can't remember the name of that street there. Was it Barnsley Street? And then cross over behind Islington Town Hall, and then Barnsley Street, and then get to the end. All those roads there. But getting after going to church and after bunking off church, going and walking through Chapel Market. I tell you what, man, those were the frigging days, man. Those were the days. Stop reminiscing, Alex. Stop reminiscing. I was at the 1979 FA Cup final, Wembley. What a game! What a memory! I tell you what, I had given up. Man, I had given up until I saw, and I'm not sure why I thought it was Chippy who crossed the ball. It wasn't him who crossed the ball. Chippy Brady had beaten a couple of players, and then he passed the ball out wide, and it was, I can't repeat the guy's name because I've since heard that he's been a little bit racist, even at his time when he went to coach at Chelsea. So it was him across the ball to Alan Sunderland, and the rest, as I say, is history. I have tried a few times to try and communicate with Alan Sunderland. I know he's living out in Malta. I need to speak to the original Godfather, Eltel, and see if we can try again to get Alan Sunderland onto the channel, because I would love to get Alan Sunderland on the channel. And it's here telling me that I've only got 10 minutes to go because the battery is about to run out on the laptop. Ah! Ooh-cha! God, Jeremy. Jeremy, man, 79, the best ever for me. Yeah, man. Known as a 2-minute final, wasn't it? Need Josh and to get his dad's checkbook out and forge his signature. It's not going to happen. Great crew on here today. Oh my days. Yeah, especially John, I know you told me that information about what happened and you had to go and deal with that situation there. I'm very sorry about that, but I did send you a response. A good evening to you, Alex, sir, and Boise. Good to see you in the live chat, man. We're just reminiscing, man. I'm showing my age. Come on, what's going on? Right, what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to close the camera for a second because the laptop is telling me it's about to lose power. So bear with me a second. I will be back in just a moment. So let me just put this up for a second. Where is it? Where is it? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Back. I do apologize about that. I had to get the charger because this laptop was about to tell me that we're about to go and lose power. So I am back. Let's see if I can run through these last comments before I do wrap up this. I'm surprised we've gone on for so long. 42 minutes. Let's have a look here. Just have a look here. Let's have a look here. Okay. All right. You know what? Let me just bear with this a second. Let me get back into the live chat. It's been someone's just distracting me there. Sorry about this, people. Right. The Real Legends. Oops. The Arsenal supporters clubs are wonderful people. Are proper gooners. I used to work in Chapel Market, Mr. Chips. I remember the chip. Oh, yeah. Oh. Give me a moment on that one. Okay. Mario, Boise, more money than sense. I don't want to mention his name. Didn't want to mention his name because, again, I've heard some things that LTL told me about Graham Ricks and some other things I've heard. I think, well, anyway, I'm not going to get into that now. Not as if they won't make most of the money back. I remember the Apple fritters stall and right. So, people, I do have to apologize. As I feared, the laptop, the battery run out. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So I'm going to have to run through these very, very quickly, and I am going to have to end up this show. I do apologize for this. That's my fault. I did not charge the laptop properly. So let's run through these comments here. Where are they? Kia Moon, Kia Moon. Oh dear. Right. Let's have a look here. Right. I do apologize about this, people. Again, my laptop just ran out of power. So let's get through these before we wrap up this This rather interesting, but yeah, God, yeah. Okay, here we go. The hip hop break beat is banging. Thank you for that. I'd go back to Highbury any day of the week. Proper football. Boise says still near another 2 months before we can see this new Arsenal. More money than sense. Never been to the Emirates, John Guna, forever Highbury brother. I've been, but I tell you what, given the choice, I'll go to Highbury Stadium every single day. Any given choice. And did I say it jokingly? I didn't say it jokingly. I was quite serious in saying this. Is that if I was a billionaire owner, I would buy up those flats. Give those people twice the amount of money they pay for those flats, and say, "Hey, there's the money. Yeah, go on, get out of it." And I would rebuild the stadium back in the old Highbury Stadium. And I would say, "No, you can't do that." Yes, you can. You can do that. It's frozen. Yeah, sorry about that. I do apologize for that. The only original shop that is still Chapel Market is Marks. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's, man. And also remember the old Wimp. Yeah, the Wimpy. Oh my days. Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious me, man. Anyway, good evening, Alex. Thank you for that. What's going on? No bids from City or Arsenal. Well, like I said at the top of the show, I imagine that Man City are just waiting and biding their time. Don't want looking at the camera. I should be looking down here. They're waiting to bide their time. Meanwhile, Arsenal, I imagine maybe mid next week will be putting in another bid, only to be turned down for the third time. And Man City, like a Cheshire Cat, will be going in there, making the one and only bid to get Declan Rice. I can't see him coming to Arsenal. Big up, bro. Thank you for that. Okay. 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 I've just kind of gone back on myself, haven't I? I've gone back on myself. That's what I've done. So let me go right down before I end up this show. So the butchers. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, yeah, you're talking about the Marks and Spencer's, the original shop. Yes. And Boise 8 says, yeah. Yeah, you're frozen. A supporting Arsenal from India. Raj Sharman. Welcome, my friend. Hybrid local. What's it? Oops. Hybrid local Highbury is our real home. And the Indian flag. Thank you for that. I agree, John. There was a banana store and a. Was there? Need the title. Okay, so the right so small, I can't see it. Let's have a look. Need a title and some other major to be won at the Emirates for it to be classified as home. You know what? I don't know, boys, here, man. For me, there's only one home. When we're supposed to become an elite club, when we moved to the Emirates Highbury local, we went backwards. Yeah, never to be seen again. Do you know what, people? I have to end this one here. I do apologize. Again, it's my fault. I just did not charge up the laptop properly enough. So, which is why I thought quickly, like Batman, use the why am I looking at the camera here? Look in here. I'm using my mobile phone to finish off this show over here. So I need to figure out how am I going to end this show. Where's the button? Oh, it's down there. It's down there. Do you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure to have spoken, to reminisce. talking about Arsenal, but reminiscing about the good old days. For me, the good old days. I'm a '60s baby, a '60s baby who grew up, was born and bred in Islington. Canterbury Highbury is my old manor. That's my manor there. But it was good to talk about the good old times as well as how Arsenal. I don't know. They've kind of ripped the heart out of the club for me, at least. Anyway, I'm not sure what it means to you, but reminiscing about all those places and all the things that we used to do back in the day. Take me back, John. Yeah, stop the world. I want to get off, mate. I want to get off. I think there's been a couple more comments. Has there been a couple more comments? Ice is preparing to evict people to get. No, but if I am sure. I mean, I don't know how much people paid for those apartments, those flats around the old Ibis Stadium, but I'm sure as a billionaire, if you double the price that they initially paid. I'm sure they'd be willing to say, oh, okay, fair enough. At least I've doubled the price over the course of how many years since 2000 and was it 2006? I can't remember when we moved, but I'm sure they would. They might be upset, but for a healthy, you know, bag of money, they will be happy with that. And it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I mean, I know we went to the council trying to increase the capacity to over 40,000 and they refused. But if we had stayed there and operated within our means, we would not be in a situation that we are now. And you might say, but for us to compete with the big clubs, we had to move. We didn't have to move because we were already competing with the big clubs because we had been in the Champions League for how many years? We were already competing there. So we really didn't have to move. Didn't have to move. I like Jordan Timber. We hijacked him. Only one positive. That is for hijacking Lissandro Trossard. Sorry, Martinelli. Martinez. My goodness, the writing's so small. Good old days, man. Good old days. I am 33 to the 33, baby. My goodness, man. Where's the time gone, man? The time has just flown by, hasn't it? No, I know, boys. Here, no point looking back now. I've got to embrace the future. Okay. Yeah, nostalgic. Do you know what? I'm gonna end it on this note. Thank you so very much for sticking with me, even though the battery went dead on the laptop. But I will be back in some shape or some form on Monday. So between now and Monday, there is a lot of editing, a lot of pre-recorded content that needs to come up, needs to kind of fill the gap or the voids. The silly season, transfer windows, man, is upon us. Well, it's on us. A week and a day. So let's just have hope. Have hope. A hope can be a killer. It can be a killer. Don't get so hepped up. The most important thing is your health, your family, and if you are still working, that's more important than getting upset about the transfer windows here again. Oh, they only bought Kai Havertz. Oh my goodness. Actually, that sounds like me, doesn't it? That sounds like me. Anyhow, thank you for joining me. Again, I will be back on Monday, giving some more live transfer news. I do apologize. It's just the way it is. But until then, enjoy the remnants of your day, your evening, whatever you're going to do. And just remember that this is Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.